Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Hood Rich Chronicles. Today I'm actually going over a subject that we've seen with the Marvel Rivals community, which in essence is the ultimate problem with the Marvel Rivals community. There's too many people with main character syndrome. I'm just going to say it. There's just way too many toxic players with main character syndrome. I don't know exactly where it comes from. I don't even know exactly what inspires it. I don't get it. Like I was saying in a previous video that the duelist mains are out of control. This match right here that you see in the background that I'm playing, this is a match where I just knew something was like, just pick Penny Parker. Just pick Penny Parker because not one of these egotistical asshats is going to heal. Not one of them. And only one of them did swap. Excuse me. Only one of them did swap. Keizo, but they didn't even stay the entire match. And this is the problem with the community right here. You have a team-based game. Team-based game that is based off of how well you work in a team. This is what is on the job description. You got to work in a team in order to capture a point and hold a point. Now, there's 3 roles. The game even tells you how it's centered around 2 vanguards, 2 duelists, 2 strategists, right? Not one of these fools, except for KCO, not one of them want to be a strategist. Not one. Not one. You had a person that showed out as a Hulk player. You even have a person that showed out as an Emma Frost player, but nobody wants to heal. What's good? What's going on, y'all? What is really the issue? What is this egotistical bull crap where folks think it's okay to just, I'm just not going to heal. Mind you, this is a practice lobby. Before y'all start being, oh my God, well, it's just a practice lobby. Okay, well, if it's a practice lobby and you still know it's a team-based game, why are you practicing to fail? See, that's my rebuttal to that. Why would you come in a practice lobby, see that all the other roles are filled, not choose strategists, okay, not choose what the team needs, but instead, because of your main character syndrome, now here you are pulling the match down. Now, as you see in the footage, I'm literally holding a point by myself. I'm literally holding a point. The duelists, I don't even look at them. If you notice, the only thing I'm focusing on is placing mines and my positioning. That's all I'm focusing on. When you run into things like this, my squirrel friends, don't even bother getting mad at them, dog. Play around them. That's how toxic some of these players are. They are freaking do. They're toxic. They're toxic. They have main character syndrome. They have egos. They don't want to get better. Okay. They make no real effort to try to get better in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just sitting there perplexed. Like, why would you play a game that's based on teamwork to fail? What are you getting out of it? What exactly are you getting out of this, experience? What did you get the car? Did you close on a house because of what you did here? Did any of you get the deal? Did any of you get the job? Did you get the interview? And I'm looking at, CXOXO, especially like you literally have been failing backwards, but you refuse to swap. Human Torch. That player too, you refuse to swap. You refuse to heal, but yet you're continuously getting killed. You're continuously getting killed. Mind you, with Penny, the webs heal, her teammates. So y'all would much rather stick around me and get some sort of sacrificial heals than swap to a strategist. This is where we are in 2026 with Marvel Rivals, y'all. This is what happens when you release a game with too many duelists and not enough strategists and vanguards. This is what happens. This is what you get. You get these toxic players with main character syndrome and egos through the roof that will sacrifice your practice lobby, that will sacrifice your competitive, that will sacrifice your quick play. They will sacrifice that shit all for main character syndrome. I'm Black Cat. Look at me. No, bitch. You're not Felicia. You know you a fat bitch working behind a Dairy Queen counter, but you over here want to play like you Black Cat. Girl. I'm not even trying to encourage anybody to go after these players, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what's wrong with the game. Its own toxic ass community. Toxic. Like, you woke up and deliberately went to that character select screen thinking, oh, I'm going to be edgy. I'm just going to pick a duelist. Okay. The only thing I typed in that chat was, oh, y'all going to be on that? Bet. And when I say that, what I mean by that is I'm taking your MVP screen. This is why I think the MVP screen needs to be taken out. This is why I'm showing why they need to lay off on releasing any more duelists. For a good, I'll be honest, a year at this point. You need to spend the whole next year with no more duelists, because this is how toxic the game has gotten. That you have players that actively queue up in the practice lobby, the easiest practice lobby, and they refuse to practice playing a strategist. This is where we are. This is the actual proof. This is video proof of players that would much rather just come in the lobby and die over and over again. They'd rather die over and over again than actually be a team player. I can't even, I'm not even mad at the Emma Frost. You know, the Emma Frost, at least she's trying. You know, Shy 3D, yeah, at least they were trying. But we just sitting there with this look on our face like, oh, they don't want to heal. They just don't want to heal. Like, what possesses you to be this selfish and toxic? What possesses you? I just don't understand. Like, I'm going to actively get in the game, know that there's no healer, refuse to pick one. Oh, they'll get my back. Die over and over again, because I watched that Black Cat player and that Human Torch. They have died numerous times. I'm like, baby, you're not winning the match off this. You're not. All you're doing is throwing bodies into the computer lobby. You're throwing bodies at the enemy, and you're not even getting kills. You're not even getting kills. Literally, it was the Emma Frost and myself, and a little bit of Punisher. He came in as a replacement. But it's the fact that these players have this mentality. Look at how selfish they are. Look at the main character syndrome. And then these be the same players pinging you for heals. This is exactly why we had a strategist strike so many seasons ago last year. This is exactly why you need to stop releasing duelists from Marvel Rivals NetEase. This is exactly why. Until you fill up the Vanguard and the strategist role with more fun and entertaining, like, you know, strategists and duelists. I mean, not duelists, but strategists and Vanguards. Until you can get to that point where there's as many strategists and Vanguards as there are duelists. And I'm not saying combined. I'm saying each role needs to have just as many. Until you can get to that point, no. Look at this game. Just look at this game. Look at this evidence. Look at the egos. You know you're fighting against bots, but you're using that as an excuse to be toxic. You know that the other players could use a healer, but instead of you swapping to one, you're choosing to be toxic. So you'd rather lose a game than actually be a team player. This is the mentality that's killing this game. And it's not killing the game. It just exposes how rotten some of the player base really is. So I'm not even mad. As you see, I got killed in this one moment. Got right back in there. And just, I'm like, you know what? Penny got self heals. Okay. You know, Phoenix got self heals. Okay. Y'all gonna be like that? Okay. All right. And I just left foot, right foot. I just keep moving forward, dog. Because there's no point in trying to argue with toxic ass players. I'm really glad that they've extended the avoid as teammate time limit. Now, if you avoid somebody, it's 30 days. And you better believe everybody on this list was avoided. everyone. But it's just so sad that we reached this point that people are that toxic that they don't even realize, baby, you're the problem. You not wanting to heal with an established team, you're the problem. You're the problem.